you guys are giving instructions in the dressing room. Do you have any questions?
I got a question. You got any excuses tonight, Roy?
Let's not ask questions like that. Let's touch gloves and go to work.
Yeah. How you doing, everyone? My name is Ryan, and this is Ade, and welcome back to another edition of Boxtalk. It's time for the post-fight review of Floyd Mayweather versus Marcus Maidana 2. A totally different fight from the first fight, and the fight played out the way we kind of expected it. Let's go ahead, Ade.
Yeah.
Let's break this fight down.
You're right. When we done the pre-fight video, we kind of said A, didn't need it, and B, all this fight would do is make Mayweather, who he is, like, he's a boxing genius. I'm not going to say he isn't. Kind of work a few things out. Again, Maidana was rough. He was dirty. He was viciously dirty in this fight. But it played out exactly how I expected it to play out.
We said that Maidana fought his best fight and most he couldn't improve because it was the surprise element and he couldn't improve. In the first fight, Maidana came out and punched Floyd in the mouth and said, I'm here to fight. In the first round of this fight, Floyd schooled him. By the second round, maybe third round, you could have said, guess what? This is going to be an easy fight. It's only in a few rounds in the middle where Maidana kind of changed the tempo and like I said, a couple questionable tactics that
questionable?
We'll hit that in a minute, but that made the fight. I think the only fight that Maidana really won, really clean or fair, I think it was around the fourth.
I think the fourth or the fifth. And that's what Mayweather does. I think Mayweather always seems to go for a walk between 7 and 9 where he just cruises. I think Maidana, that was his best chance to kind of give that everything, and he did.
Don't get me wrong, Maidana won other rounds, but the only round he won clearly, like dominantly, like that is your round, hands down, was I think was the fourth or fifth. The other rounds you could say yes he won, but you know it wasn't as dominant. Let's look at Floyd first of all. I saw changes in Floyd today. Definitely saw changes in Floyd. He even in profile he said he didn't feel he was 100%. They said he gave himself like a C. But he got caught with Maidana's jab. Far too many times I've ever seen Floyd get caught by a jab. And Maidana's jab was a little more faster than previous, a little more snappy. And he did get hit by Maidana a couple of times that seemed to freeze him up a little. Is it signs of slippage in Floyd?
You know the thing is, yes and no. Yes, I agree with the jab. Look, Maidana, as crude as he is not a boxer. You know, we're not talking about no amateur superstar here. He's crude. So and he's not fast. So him to be caught with a jab, they're the kind of jabs Floyd just takes the piss out of basically. He sees it coming like it's in slow motion. With Maidana catching him, and I see Floyd did kind of buckle once or twice. It's Marcus Maidana, people. This is I mean, in terms of we're talking Matisse and Provodnikov power here. So I expected him, if he did catch Floyd, for him to stumble a bit. That's not a surprise. But I guess the thing that surprised everyone, he wasn't slipping the punches. That was the thing that surprised me.
The thing like that, and to all the Floyd fans out there, I'm not dissing Floyd. The man is 37 years old. Is it a slow kind of? Because I said, I want to say his reflex. He just seemed to be. He didn't seem to be as quick and as sharp defensively or reactively within the fight. And I wouldn't say he wasn't slow because Floyd's not slow, but he just was not fluid. That's the word. He wasn't fluid.
He wasn't fluid. I think fighters like Maidana is almost in that same league as the likes of Margarito, and you almost can see why Floyd kind of, I wouldn't say avoided the Margarito, I don't want to start trouble, but you almost can see why that fight wouldn't have been a good style matchup for Floyd. Them kind of come forward 100 miles per hour, pure aggression.
Hit me with a brick, I'm still going to come.
It's awful, you know what I mean? Even as slick as Mayweather is, those kind of fighters just make you look a lot worse than you are. Is Floyd slipping? Yes, slightly, but it's almost like he's slipping, but he's still, for me, so far above what's around that even if he does slip a bit, it won't matter too much.
I know it's all about styles and everything all comes into play when you talk about breaking down a fight. But when I look at the Floyd that fought Canelo and look at the Floyd that fought Maidana and the respect I have for Canelo and the respect I have for Maidana, it's on two different levels when it comes to boxing. I don't think the same. Those two Floyds are different people right now. I think.
It was a year ago. I don't know what a year does, and we're talking training camps. We're talking. I mean, I think
more training camps than normal. Because Floyd normally fights once a year.
This is what I think
more regularly.
That's the point I was just about to make as well. Floyd now fights twice a year, and it's a guaranteed twice a year as well. Floyd before was like retirement, fight once, retirement, fight once. This is the first time in years that Floyd's fought back to back.
If you look at his 2 fights in 5 months, because you got the May, then you got the early September, so it's quick turnaround time for someone who hasn't been fighting active.
There you go as well. And I think, look, I almost think he respected Canelo a lot more as well. Does that mean he put a bit more in the gym? I don't know. Canelo fight, again, it wasn't a 50-50 going in, but in terms of Mayweather being a favourite, he wasn't a wide favourite. I think he had probably disrespected Maidana a bit in terms of, I'll school this kid. And we all thought he was schooling. I just think Maidana is so crude, he'll make the best boxer look really, really bad.
Good point, just like, it's just, when when you look at boxing and you always know, like I said, style clash, you could look at someone like Aaron Barkley and Tommy Hearns.
Yeah.
You got a great amateur boxer with power and skill, and then Barkley took him out twice. You know what I mean? And Barkley's not in the same level as Thomas Hearns.
Nowhere near.
But that's what happens. So it does happen. But I just feel that someone of Floyd Mayweather's stature and the way he fights, I thought he would have really scored Maidana this time. And he did, but I just thought that Floyd, even admittedly by Floyd himself, he went his A game.
See, I think we have to give testament to someone like Floyd. When we watch him, and I think Maidana probably in that fight probably connected clean probably about 20 times.
Yeah.
And that's counting the jabs.
Yeah, but
that's how good Floyd is.
But it's
Floyd
like,
wouldn't be normally
no, you're right. It's like for someone to be hitting that many times in a whole fight is amazing. And I would say it's not to make a slant on Floyd, but like I said, that fluidness was missing.
Yeah, I definitely think the fluidness.
And that's what I think was the issue. Let's look at Marcus Maidana.
Yeah. This guy.
Okay, he bit him.
Yeah, there's no two ways about it. He bit him.
Yeah.
There's no two ways. He bit him on the glove.
Yeah. So tell you
what the fuck would you bite someone?
When they showed the replay, I thought you can't bite someone in the glove. Through the front and then his gum shield. But whoever watched it on Box Nation, they done like a zoom.
Yeah.
And he actually bit him on the front of the hand's hair.
Yes.
So you could easily see. I went home, put my own gloves on, and fell. And I said, you could bite the shit out of someone right there. Yeah.
Easily.
Easily.
He is one of those guys where win at all costs. He's almost like the guy that you would hate to see on the street and get into a brawl with. Because literally, you'd have to kill him to stop.
Eye-gouging, fish hooking, everything.
He would do anything. Like, I mean, we saw knees, there was elbows. Yeah. Anything goes basically from him. I mean, look, he's put himself into a position now where hopefully he doesn't get banned or anything like that. But I don't want to be the next person fighting Marcus Maidana. I'll tell you that now.
He's denied it, obviously. Yeah. And Kenny Bates, give Kenny Bates credit for his job because Kenny Bates, no one could see it from the position it was. And we only... Even now, we're just assuming that he done it. So Kenny Bates done the right thing by trying to lay the law down.
I don't think Kenny Bates, very quickly interrupt, I thought it was very pro Mayweather in that fight.
With the clinching?
Yeah, honestly. I mean, that's Maidana's style. Maidana's style was to get in close, almost like what Ricky Hatton kind of did back when he fought Mayweather. And I thought Kenny Bates is a perfect referee that always seems to break up. Yeah. Steve Smolder, I think it is, would have let that clinching go for a little longer. Yeah. And I feel like that's Maidana's style, and Kenny Bates is a good choice by whoever picked him. Yeah.
Because what I was going to say though about Kenny Bates is that I saw people say that Kenny Bates should have disqualified Maidana. I'm like, well, you can't disqualify if you can't see it.
You can't see it. You can't just go and walk the crowd and boo it.
Yeah, you can't disqualify it. But I will say is that I think the commission should do a review of that tape and pull Maidana into the office and ask him exactly what's happened. And if you, maybe not a public meeting, but if you did do that, believe me, we're watching out for it because that is a crafty move. That is a very crafty move.
He's going to get fined. The problem is when you give a boxer a year ban, it almost means nothing because they only fight once a year anyway.
Yeah,
most of these boxers.
Definitely.
Where does Maidana go from here?
Adrian Broner.
With the rematch?
Yeah.
Adrian Broner, he'll kill Adrian Broner.
Adrian Broner said he wants the rematch. Okay. Yeah. Adrian Broner said he wants the rematch. He said he wants to fight Lucas Matisse. Yeah. Yeah. Maidana's, you on a win streak of 2 fights. Maidana's on a losing streak of 2 fights. That should kind of even the match up for him. He thinks he's much better and he thinks it'd be easy money, he reckons. Take the fight.
Yeah.
And in theory for Broner, it will help him as well, give him credibility, and also off the backbone of the Mayweather promotion, Maidana's got a huge name now. You put them two together again, big money.
TBE, the best ever. Yeah, I don't like that title either, but look, it definitely isn't the best ever. That's just fact, and that's just not being rude. I mean, I think maybe a lot of his fans, a lot of the new ones, the younger ones, maybe need to look at tapes of. Even Archie Moores, Jack Johnsons, go back, Sugar Ray Robinsons, guys that before our time, before your time, before your father's time. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes you've got to go in generations. But there is something very, very good about Floyd Mayweather.
Oh, no.
There is something very special about this kid.
No.
I mean, he's probably had one fight that was close, and I think that's Castillo, the one that everyone talks about. Other than that, and maybe Shane Mosley landing that big right hand that took out heavyweight. Yeah. There's not been much to land a glove on him in the last few years.
Mayweather's due his props for what he's done.
Definitely is.
For what he's achieved as a fighter, what he's achieved in his life from coming back through where he's come through. Yeah. You've got to give him credit, and there's no faults in what he's done. He's a bona fide Hall of Famer. He's a great fighter. He's a great fighter. When you write that list of the best fighters of top 50 fighters, or that he'd be in that list. Yeah. He's number one to me, not even close. But he's an outstanding fighter, and I think it's, in my opinion, it's unfortunate that he made certain choices that could have solidified that stamp even better.
Sometimes I feel like with Floyd Mayweather, if we were to say hypothetically, you're coming from Mars, and you didn't know that guy was Floyd Mayweather, you didn't know that guy was Marcus Maidana, we'd probably be saying, "Oh, that Floyd Mayweather is a fantastic boxer." I feel like he goes into the ring almost on negative points. Almost like Nassim Mohammed. You almost want him to get hit or lose, if that makes any sense. And I feel like we've got to give him props now because he is barely getting touched in a fight now. And everyone is fighting. Look, there might not be the fights we want at the times we want, but they're all either world champions, former world champions, in the top 4 or 5 in their weight class. He's fighting people.
I have never bet on Mayweather to lose except once. Who was that? That was a Shane Mosley fight. Remember the big argument?
Yeah, I remember the big argument we had.
Yeah, alright then, yeah.
And you got excited. Was that land punchline? You went, I told you! I remember. You jumped up and everything. I ain't gonna lie, my heart was beating that day.
I have never bet on Mayweather to lose a fight because I respect his skills, know what I mean? And he's earned where he is in the sport. Yeah. You've got to give him that. So, you know, like him or love him or hate him, you've got to give him the credit he deserves.
Where does he go? Very quickly, a minute's wrap.
Where does he go?
Is it the big one that we wanted 5 years ago?
Honestly and truly, if the fight happens, good, we want to see it, but I think the lust is gone off that fight. I've said before in previous videos, and I'm not going to say any names, I'll just say fight your peers. You've got 2 weights to choose from. Get one of the top 1 or 2 guys in the division. If those guys are busy, go 1-on-1.
Problem is, even the 154 division, now we're talking about Boo Boo going up to 160. Lara's coming off a loss. He ain't going to fight Canelo again. Who is there to fight? Do you fight Cotto a rematch and try and take that 160 belt?
Oh, that's a great option. That is definitely a great option. But
there's not that much. I mean, we're talking slim pickings now, aren't we? We're talking. Furman's not ready. Paul's now lost.
When you're talking about people come with win losses, we got to get off that. This guy, Lara is an outstanding boxer. He's an outstanding athlete. Yes, people had him winning the Canelo fight as well.
Right, I did.
So you can't really say you can't fight him because he's coming off a loss. By the time Mayweather fights again, which is in May, people can fight. I just don't want to see the people they're talking about now, i.e. Danny Garcia, who's coming up from 140, going straight for a shot at Mayweather. I don't think that's really worthy. As good as Danny's a great fighter, good champion. Fight the guys that you got divisions in.
Okay, Mayweather said there's 2 fights left in his career. He's openly said this. I think there'll be 1 more for 50. But he said there's 2 more. Who are those 2 fighters? 2 names.
If I had my personal choice,
give me your personal choice and give me the choice you think it's going to be. Give me your personal choice.
Not in any order. Not in any order. I'd like to see rematch with Cotto and try to maybe get the 160 belt and try to stamp that legacy even more. And I would like to see Lara or even someone like a Kirkland. I know people say Kirkland get beat up. Just someone that's gonna put it on him and have a fight. I would like to see Mayweather in a fight. I would like to see him go in a shootout and come out on top. Now I'm trying to say I would like to see him. Guess what? I can fight a boxer, I can fight a slugger, I can fight the strong guy, I can fight the weak guy, cover everyone, beat everyone.
Yeah, for me.
Who he's going to fight, most would be Amir Khan and Danny Garcia.
Okay, for me, ideally, I'd like to see him, like you said, cut a rematch for the 160 belt. Weird though, because both of them will probably come in at Floyd will come in at 151, something ridiculous like that, and cut at 154, it won't make sense. And I want to see GGG at 154. Won't happen, but in my dream scenario, he goes out on a bang fighting those 2 people. And he solidifies. Imagine he was to beat GGG at 154. Imagine him going out on that high.
That will answer a lot of questions that people say he didn't answer in his career.
Exactly. There you go, guys. Look, so the mayhem is over. 2 fights down. Floyd, 2-0 up against Maidana. Controversy. It didn't need a fight anyway. But he got the rematch. And like we kind of said in the pre-fight video, he kind of showed what he can do really, and he outboxed him pretty easily. I gave Maidana 2 rounds. Maybe could have nicked the 3rd. That's what I gave him. But look, who do you think Floyd fights next? Pacquiao, Khan, GGG, Cotto? Are we dreaming? Are we in dream world here? Probably. Look, email us at
boxtalk@hotmail.co.uk and don't forget to follow us on Twitter at boxtalkuk.
Also, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks. The numbers are growing. Also, check out ringnews24.com as well. And thanks for watching another edition of Boxtalk.